Well, I've arrived here at Whitehall State Historic Site, a new park for me, as I mentioned earlier. For my TR-35, I wanted to be sure and get a new park for the new radio. This isn't the park I'd planned on. I still have plans to do a different park, but just due to weather and being busy and all the stuff that happens, it's a little bit of a longer trip and takes a little bit more planning. So this is about a 45-minute drive for me. It's not too far. Beautiful country roads, as you saw on the way in, so it's just fun. And it's, a beautiful day. I guess you can see behind me just blue skies and clouds. Quiet as can be out here. I hope that the RF conditions are just as good. But today I brought my Wolf River coil. It's becoming one of my favorite antennas. It's just so easy to set up and so quick. So I'm going to get that thing set up here, and we'll see if we can't make some contacts. Yet, so just grab the whip and my little stake here, and I'm going to have to put the coil on when I want to work on those lower bands, but I'm just going to stake this thing to the ground. Let's see, probably about 10 or 15 feet out from the little picnic shelter where I'm set up. Thankfully, there's a really nice shaded picnic shelter here. Yesterday, I was at the Dayton Air Show. Ooh, ground's a little tough here. Have to see how that works. I hope it stands. But I was at the Dayton Air Show, and so I sat in the sun most of the day. Well, it was actually, the first part of the day was pretty cloudy. We actually thought the show wasn't going to happen because the ceiling was too low for any of the acts to actually fly. So it was delayed about an hour, and they did kind of a limited show for a little bit, and then towards the afternoon, about 1 o'clock or so, everything kind of cleared up, thankfully, and we were able to get the full show. The Blue Angels were the headline act. I'd never seen them actually perform before. I've seen the Thunderbirds many years ago when I was probably middle school, I think. I know it's hard to believe they had aviation that long ago, but they did. No, I'm not that old, but it was really cool. Dayton obviously is the birthplace of aviation. It's where the Wright brothers are from. It's where they invented flight or invented heavier than air manned flight anyway, in their bike shop in downtown Dayton, which is actually a museum you can go tour. If you ever go to that area for Hamvention or anything else, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is also there, and it's definitely worth a day to go see. It's free admission, and all kinds of cool planes, military aircraft, and everything else there. So definitely worth checking out. The Dayton Air Show is too. This was their 50th year. It's really cool to see, to think where aviation started and where we are now with all the super high-powered and performant airplanes that do things that defy physics. But you didn't come here to hear me talk about airplanes, did you? Or maybe you did, I don't know. It'd be kind of shocking, but I've always been a bit of an aviation buff. Several times in my life have considered different aviation careers and just never ended up going into it for whatever reason. And I think I need my longer piece of coax. I put it just too far. Thankfully I brought my longer coax today. While I'm looking at my stuff here, I really hope that I brought my power pole adapter for the 5.1 millimeter barrel jack to power poles, because I took it out to charge my battery and I don't see it. So we'll have to see here. I did bring a backup radio, so this won't be a full bust, but I will be very disappointed if I can't use my TR-35. Very, very disappointed. Well, it looks like as usual, I am woefully unprepared. Let's see where we're resonant here. I may just start off if we're close to being resonant somewhere. It's close to 20, so let me shorten it just a bit. A little bit more. That looks like 1-to-1 on the Nano VNA. So let me bring you over here. All right, notebook. I brought my straight key too because one of my friends from the Long Island CW Club is trying to get his Centurion with SKCC by the end of the month. So, that's loud. So I brought my straight key along. Let's see, I might be able to get everything in there so you can see it and see the nice, pretty scenery. I think this is US-3787. Today is June 24th. US-3787 FT891 and my Wolf rubber coil, and I'm starting on 20 meters CW. Let's see, so it is now 1800. Turn on the keyer. That beep is incredibly loud. May not even be anybody out today because of, I think I heard somebody in there. May not be anybody out because this weekend was field day. So everybody might be tired of being on the radio, I don't know. temperature level is way too high here. That's a little better. Man, I am really just really bummed that I left that cable at home. All the way out here just to use the TR-35 at a new park, and didn't bring everything I need. That's so me. It's part of the reason I haven't done the sort of bigger trip I've been planning, because I just haven't had time to plan, and I really don't want this to happen if I drive, you know, a couple hours away. Wow, so we have mowing and loud motorcycles. Should be a 1, not a 7. Really weak. Wow, that was... Actually, did you hear me? I think I might have lost you there. Really, really weak anyway. Was it K4? It was. That's crazy, Nevada. Finally getting some good signals in here. Louisiana. Wow. Wow, man. Hell. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, well, that's not too bad. 8 in about 11 minutes. Running 5 watts. Been saying good evening this whole time, but it's actually faded out there. This park worker's wanting to come over here and spray. I don't know if he's spraying for bugs or weeds or what, but I might have to wrap it up here in a little bit. Just need one more to get an activation, then I can get moving. It would really kind of stink to be come all this way and have such a short activation, but I missed that? Oh, Jay. Texas, a lot of Texas. Zero IPA. That's Jim from the Long Island CW Club. Sounded like he was on maybe a cootie or a straight key, but I don't know where the park worker went. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if the band's up and down or what. I'm hearing some people and then they go away. Let's see what my battery's looking like. I still got a little bit of voltage. It's not full charge though, but it's like 12.5 volts, so it'll be all right for a little bit longer. Only running 5 watts. Of course, the 891 is not the most efficient, even just on receive, so let's see how long we can hold out here. I may try moving up the bands. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. All right, I believe I'm going to switch to 17 meters. See if we can get some DX going here before our battery dies. And let's see how close I can get to tuning this antenna on the first try. If I remember right, I lowered it one section, roughly one section, about 3/4 of a section, to get on 20, and about the same for 17. So I just went down about 3/4 of a section. Let's see where that puts us here. Not high enough. So 18, so let's see. That's about right there. Yeah, still pretty good ways off. Oh, getting closer. I'd like to get a little closer. It's not bad, but let's lower him a little more. So I guess I didn't get my goal there of Need to tighten this. Nano VNA up here. So about 1.7. Still a little long. So I've got 1, 2, 3 sections collapsed there. Hasn't changed all that much, but we're gonna go with that. I don't know if I ever have run 17 on this antenna. I did when I first got it, I think, check that I could tune all the bands, but that's about it. $17 meters. Let's see. Let me bring up my band chart here. Let's try about somewhere. I want to stay out of the DX window here, 75. So let's see what our SWR looks like. Ooh, 2 to 1. I'm gonna lower that a little bit more. 2 to 1's perfectly okay, but if I can get it lower, why not? A little better. I don't know if I went too far or not far enough. We're gonna find out. Pretty good, about 1.7. CW. See if the RBN picks me up and respots me. Of course, I don't know if it spotted me the first time either, but okay, somebody calling CQ, so let me move up a little bit. Let's see if we hear anybody here. The son will be very sad that he did not come today because I keep hearing killdeers, which he loves, in the background, and he has a pet jumping spider, and one just came and jumped from the table up onto my radio. Man, it's a beautiful day. It's like 81 degrees. There's really not much humidity in the air. It rained kind of, well, as I mentioned, it rained a lot of the day yesterday, at least up in Dayton. And when I came home down here, the roads were wet and everything was wet this morning. So I think that kind of helped pull some of the humidity out of the air. It's absolutely just perfect outside. Today is Monday. I took off work because I knew that, even though we didn't get back too late last night, I knew that after being out all day and stuff, I just didn't want to get up. Ended up waking up at kind of my normal time anyway, and really glad I took off though, because couldn't ask for a better day to POTA. I'd like to get at least one on 17. I think the first thing I'm going to do when I get home is make up another one of those barrel jack to power pole adapters so that I can always have it in this kit. The other one kind of moves around between my QMX and kind of wherever I need it. That was a bumblebee over here. I don't have anything for you, fella. Might give this a couple more minutes and see if we can get up to 15. 17's usually been a good band for me for POTA. I usually make quite a few contacts on 17, but there aren't as many people on it, so it is kind of harder sometimes. I did hear that one station calling CQ, so at least the band's open to somewhere. QSY here. Alright, let's go on up to 15. I wonder, I think I'm actually going to have to wrap it up. This guy's spraying chemicals, and it's pretty smelly. I think I may actually go ahead and call it, which is okay. I mean, it was, like I said, kind of frustrating to have to come here. Whoa, tripod's acting up here. It's kind of frustrating to come here to use my TR-35 and then not get to because I'm an idiot. But I'm not I'm used to that. It's not a surprise for me. So let me go pack this guy up here before this guy comes over. He's spraying right along the edge of the curb where I am. The wind's kind of blowing it right in my face. These stupid bullet connectors. I bought these cheap bullet connectors at Walmart, and they just are not very good. They keep coming apart. I keep having to re-crimp them. I might put power poles on here. I don't like to do that because they're kind of expensive, but we'll make do with what we got to do. Apologize for all the noise in the background if you can hear that. It's pretty obnoxious. But I will say I will definitely be back to this park. A very, very nice picnic shelter. So I'm not actually, so the actual, this park is another historic mansion. And all the associated kind of properties that go with it. And I'm actually, there's a little park with a picnic shelter up above it and a fishing lake down there, which is kind of cool, just below where I'm at. And I can't find any official park boundary maps for this location. So I did the best I could, and I looked it up on the POTA site. And I know the POTA site is not the definitive park boundary map, but it's the only one I could find at all. Even Google didn't really have a boundary for this park. And so I used the one that POTA shows, and it shows that this picnic area is within the park boundary, as is the fishing lake. And there's actually a walking trail that goes around the perimeter that is also part of the park boundary, according to POTA. Again, well, I know their map is not supposed to be taken as law and gospel. It's really the only one I could find. So I'm going to count this as being inside the park grounds. because I have no other choice. There's no other better information. So that's all we can do in this hobby, is do our absolute best to play fair. And I always do play fair. So I did a bunch of research before I came here, like I said, trying to make sure that I'm in, plan out where I could go. Just couldn't find anything. So I'm happy with calling this inside the park grounds. I do have a friend from the club, my local club, who activates this park every day, actually. He comes here literally every single day, and he always posts in our group. And if you're in the Facebook group for Parks on the Air, you've probably seen him post on there. Sal, he comes here every day. He'll post in the mornings how many contacts he made. So I may talk to him next time I see him and ask his opinion on the park grounds here. Park boundaries, I should say. Alright, so I've got all that. Let's pack up. Actually, this goes in my other little pouch here. I really need to get a better pack for this stuff. I'm trying to get my POTA stuff more organized so that I can avoid scenarios like today where I do something stupid and leave equipment at home and just don't get to do what I came to do. So I've got a couple of packs I'm looking at. One of them is from a company here in Kentucky. Actually, I think they might have moved now, but they were originally in Kentucky, and I'm gonna have to rewrap this cable. I always do the over-under method. It's got some kind of a bend in it here, or a memory. It's not wanting to go back the right way. That goes with that. This park employee is running other people off because of whatever he's spraying. He doesn't want them on the grass, so good thing I'm kind of wrapping it up. And with that, I guess I will go ahead and wrap it up and say 73, and I'll try to get some video as I leave if I remember, if I can. You can see just how beautiful it is out here. This is just typical Kentucky, the beautiful rolling green fields. There's the little fishing lake, if you can see that down there, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna call this a wrap. So successful activation anyway, 14 in the log, and we'll get that TR-35 on the air before too long. And until then, 73.